Actually, me building a retreat center was not planned. I suddenly had like this full-on psychedelic experience, and I felt like the nature was actually talking to me, and it was probably like single most clear message I've ever gotten in my life. You can actually be transformed by the place, and you have to allow that to happen. It's very like boom, like somebody lands here, 3 days later they're fired from their job. You know, some people are like, they land here and, 5 days later, boom, like one guy proposes to his girl.
Now this screams the Nomad School of Magic.
It doesn't it?
This.
Look.
Wow. Ooh, I can see the potential of it. Damn, every time I look at it, I'm like, where are we? This is too insane.
Hey everybody. Welcome to Funas.
Yes.
The place of many hot springs. We're now on this little road that leads from the Geyser Park to Laughing Orchard.
And also
Come
Sir
join
Dumbledore.
And Sir, oh, come on, sign that says like no entry,
Yeah.
which was over there.
Yeah.
And so like people know like there's nothing here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there is. And check out the crater wall. There's a hiking trail up there.
Okay.
You can go all around the crater.
Oh damn. Oh, okay. So this is a crater wall.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
You're in the volcano.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Like where did you take me to? What is this place like?
Well, this is Ferraria. It's like one of my favorite places here on the island. That's a big kind of volcanic rock formation at the western part of the island that has these beautiful sea views and the hot spring. And it's like one of those magical places that has this, transformative power. This is the place. We got 2 beautiful houses. We have some cabins. We have a garden. We have a dog who's not here at the moment.
Yeah. Where's the logo here?
The logo is not here yet.
Yeah. The logo should be just like either you with the cape and like a beard thing over here.
Just let go of the whole Dumbledore thing.
All right, let's get a tour of the house here at Laughing Orchard, the Nomad School of Magic here in Saõ Miguel, Azores, Portugal. And there is the living room. Big dining room, a long wooden table. We've got another dining table in the kitchen over here. Big kitchen. Then here are the rooms. We got 4 rooms in this house. We've got the first one. We've got another big one here. Here's the bathroom. We've got another one here. And bathroom, and a final one here.
If you were to just take a look at what you've done so far, like coming
About a year and
from
a
New
half.
York to Azores and building a retreat center, take me back to that moment when you first came to Azores here. Like what was on your mind and like what led you to actually
It's a really funny question. Actually, me building a retreat center was not planned. I came here to kind of buy a house because I wanted to get, Portuguese papers. I wanted to park some cash, made like a real estate investment. It was very, very unplanned, and
I mean, building technology versus like building a space for people to come together at. Like these are 2 very different things. Explain to me like how does that work?
Well, it's an assumption that people should be doing like one thing. I think it's always been the case that I've been doing me. I've always been into like art and psychology, spirituality, while also working on Wall Street. So it's not unusual for me to be in many different worlds. It's not quite finished yet, but soon. I think I'm gonna move in here. We'll see.
Yeah.
Go look inside.
Yeah.
You can walk in.
Wow. Ooh, I can see the potential of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a really cool vibe.
Yeah.
Was it already here, or like did you just come up with the design and you started building it?
Well, so what happened? First, I built the sauna,
Yeah.
which you'll see in a minute,
Yeah.
and then I was like, why don't I build a real cabin?
Yeah.
This took too long and it's way too expensive. I'm not gonna do it again.
Mm.
But I am still gonna do some natural building stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole point of rebuilding that house is to basically give it this feel.
I see. That would be amazing.
By the way, it's gonna be a yoga deck.
Oh.
Just in the process of being finished. It's 7x4, so it's enough for like 12 to 15 people
Yeah.
to do yoga and
That's
meditation
amazing.
and whatever.
Wow. When's the expected completion date?
This should be done within a couple of weeks to
Okay.
a month. This is done.
Yeah.
People, and we've done pizza here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a traditional bread oven that works well for pizza making. This is a traditional grill.
Yeah.
Like all of this is like super nice hangout.
I guess if you were to introduce yourself to someone who doesn't know about Laughing Orchard or someone who doesn't really know much about you, like how would you introduce yourself?
I think what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make people feel welcome. And I think there's this big medicine of kindness and welcoming that I'm only just now learning about, that people really need. Oh, it's not just the feeling of belonging, it's the feeling of being okay. Right, that we don't get that very often in life right now. It's like, this is not okay, and that is not okay, and addictions are not okay, sexuality is not okay, dreaming is not okay. You have to be like planning things and making money, and anything else is not okay. We've done so much like okay, not okay, kind of sorting things that we got completely lost. And so for me, it's very important to develop a way to help people feel okay, which to me just means, come in, feel good. I don't care what you're ashamed of. I'm pretty sure under that shame is something beautiful.
Oh, what are those? Plums. Wow.
These are really good plums. They're in season right now.
Wow. Amazing.
Now, take me through that journey of like you first identifying or you first knowing that you wanted to build a space to bring people together at, and then actually identifying that, okay, this is a spot that I want to do this at.
It happened the other way, actually. So I was looking for a house. So I first came here in June 21, just kind of spent some time on this island and some time on Terceira and some time on Pico, and said, okay, well, this is pretty. I like these islands, right? And then I went back to New York. And then I thought about it for a few months. And then I said, okay, I have some cash. Should be enough to buy a place. I'll do it. And what am I buying? Well, I was thinking of it as an investment. I'm buying maybe a place for me, maybe a place to rent. I thought that maybe I should be looking for something bigger, for like a community retreat center, but that was kind of in the back of my mind and not as an exclusive intention, but just as one of the things that I would be kind of maybe curious about. Mm-hmm. And then I came here, and I came here for only like 2 weeks. And in those 2 weeks, I had to find a place, which is, by the way, insane. Like, you really have to spend a lot more time looking than 2 weeks. I was going around. So actually, that place in Funas that we are now at, that was the first place I saw. I know a little bit about respect for nature, and I looked at that place and I said, no, that place is too powerful. I cannot actually go there if I'm not invited. I kept looking for another place. Like, I kept looking for maybe like a simple house somewhere. And then a few days later, I was actually in the vicinity in the town of Funas, and I got a little stoned in the evening, and something called me out to go to the geyser park at about midnight, and I went to the geysers. So I sat by it, and I was kind of singing my medicine songs, and eventually, like, I suddenly had like this full-on psychedelic experience. And I felt like the nature was actually talking to me. And it was probably like single most clear message I've ever gotten in my life.
Wow.
that was like, this is the place. I was like, okay.
Wow.
So this is the place. So I put down an offer on that place, and then a few months later, the neighbor house, the one I'm at, went on sale, and coincidentally, I had other income kind of drop, and it was very clear that I was gonna buy that too. So this is the Cobb sauna, and I run it more or less every week and enjoy it with guests.
Crazy.
Oh, get the dragon,
Yeah?
Yeah, let's get the sculpting.
Yes. Damn. How long did it take for you to make this actually? To
Well,
build
it
this?
wasn't me.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
specifically, but
your
the
team.
person who was so to build it,
Yeah.
took like a month and a half,
yeah.
and then the sculpting was another like week-long project. One of the Cobb builders specifically stayed and
Yeah.
sculpted the mushrooms and the dragon and everything.
So you came here for the first time. You're like, okay, hot springs not enough for me. I need my own sauna.
You know, it's just like, honestly, like I grew up in Russia a
Yeah.
long time ago, and for me, like the one part of Russian culture I really appreciate is the sauna culture. I think it's like
Banya.
the banya, yeah.
You need to have like an old lady just like smacking you.
Well, I can smack you. I'm an old lady. I keep meeting people who understand this concept, but for me it was a bit of a foreign concept for a while, is that places and spirits, they want to connect with each other. And so you being here, and then, you know, let's say in 6 months you're going to Thailand, you will be the connection between these two places. And if you can do this intentionally, it's even better. This is all about manifestation. Look at these black rocks we're on right now.
Yeah.
Right? The most manifesting energy in the universe is the volcano, right? It was kind of telling me like, yes, bring people here. I will give them this charge, this energy of manifesting and creating. And what I want in return is connection to other places, and to be able to see further out and to be carried through these magical people that come and go. People travel to places, places travel through people, right?
That's beautiful. And why the name Laughing Orchard?
Oh, one evening I was just walking through the garden, and
Yeah.
it was windy, and I looked up and there were trees shaking. I had a distinct feeling they were laughing. So I thought, oh, it's the Garden of Laughing Trees. And then
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's a Laughing Orchard.
So easy.
It was so easy.
Yeah. There's Laughing Orchard, but there's also the Nomad School of Magic. Talk me through that.
This vision of the Nomad School of Magic kept kind of coming to me through many different channels. Initially, through a friend who saw a kind of a vision in an ayahuasca ceremony of a school of magic. And later I learned some of the philosophy. We're kind of living at a transitional point between two ages, where the age that is now ending is the age of enlightenment, where science became the prevalent way of thinking, something like 250 years ago, more or less, 300. And evicted religion, and religion stopped being like this blocker of scientific exploration, and it stopped being the blocker of political life and government, you know, and so it was kind of evicted. And so then we had rationalist thinking for a few hundred years, where we knew how to develop technology, we knew how to make discovery, we created financial systems, we created voting systems and democracies and other stuff that was really good and very important to create. But the problem now is that we are completely detached from the earth, and we're detached from each other, and we are suffering because of that, right? We're lonely, even though we have, 500 friends on Facebook. And so we see these new things. We see COVID, we see wars, weird things are happening, and they're happening because what's coming is the age of return. According to some people that I really like, who are saying, well, what is age of return? What is returning? Well, to me, what's returning is magic. What's returning is spirituality. Magic is about recognizing that meaningful divinity and making it your friend and making your own mind more holistic, where you keep the gifts of finance and the gifts of, modern civilization, but you also invite back the return of dreaming, the return of love, the return of relationship, the return of spirituality. Another
Now this screams the Nomad School of Magic.
It doesn't it?
This.
Look.
I'm just looking at the
I
mushrooms.
specifically said to the person who was sculpting these mushrooms,
Yeah.
I said, please make eyes
Yeah.
on the mushrooms.
Oh, they're eyes?
These are eyes.
Oh, no way.
These are mushrooms that are looking at
Okay.
you with many eyes.
Wow. So insane.
Nomad School of Magic, you could say that it's kind of like an educational program.
It's educational. To me, what I want to do in education is create a kind of a more of an apprenticeship setup where, you know, you don't do exams or quizzes or like 2 hours a day, like taking notes, lectures and all that crap, because that's from the previous era.
Yeah.
Right? What to me the future is generalist, multidisciplinary education, which is more like an apprenticeship. For now, all I want to do is I want to bring together the digital professionals with some of the magical professionals that I have, just to kind of see what happens.
All right, I see Alex way over there, just meditating, solo, hanging out. Insane, huh?
What can people actually expect when they come to the sacred space, and like why and how would it be different from other similar stuff out there?
What I found here is that the place allows you to open up. Not everybody will, because not everybody can or wants to. So some people may come and enjoy this as a kind of a trip. Like, what a beautiful island.
Yeah.
You know, beautiful food, great people, right? You know, oh my God, geysers, right?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff. But there is a kind of a doorway there that you can actually open and come in. And that's the doorway of not just being a visitor, but being a guest, right? The difference is that you can actually be transformed by the place. And you have to allow that to happen. And I've seen that happen. In some cases, it's very like, boom, like somebody lands here, 3 days later, they're fired from their job. You know, some people are like, they land here and, you know, 5 days later, boom, like one guy proposes to his girlfriend, right? I've
Yeah.
seen that too.
Yeah. So when people come to Nomad School of Magic at Laughing Orchard, they can expect to be transformed in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's up to you. Are you a visitor or are you a student? You know, it's up to you to decide. You know, nobody is going to force you. The place is just there for you, and if you want to learn from it, you can.
I see. The vibe I'm getting from you right now, as you're telling me your answers, is that have you read or seen Harry Potter?
Yeah, of course.
You know Dumbledore?
Of course.
You're the Dumbledore of the.
You know,
Nomad School of
you're
Magic.
not the only person who says this.
Yeah,
I've been
you've got the
hearing
beard,
this.
you know?
I've been hearing this a lot. The beard is not intentional. I started the beard in 2018.
Okay.
And my goal was to say I will shave it when we solve climate change.
Yeah.
You know, that's the story I told myself.
Okay.
So I cut about 2 inches of it when Biden got elected.
Okay.
As a kind of, you know, the doomsday clock. Sometimes they set it back and sometimes they set it forward. That's my beard.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Sir Dumbledore.
Don't do that.
We're gonna go all in with this.
Oh no,
with
no.
this vibe.
At least let's come up with a better name, like Dumbledore or somebody like. Let's not do the Harry Potter name. It's very confusing to me.
Bumble Lord.
Bumble Lord.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Bumble
actually.
Oh man.
Hey, thank you so much for watching the entire video. If you enjoyed watching it, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, keep calm and vibe on. Peace.